All right, buddy. What do you got for me? I'm open to fixing up. I did it 3 runs ago, and I'll do it again. It's not all I'm gonna look for, but especially if you're gonna give me a Jabalian longbow on day 1. Yeah, there's marbles. Rewards card's also fine, but like Jabalian longbow on day 1 is so busted. I'm almost greedy enough to click income right now. I legitimately don't believe that anyone beats the Jabalian longbow day 1. Single experience or an income? Day 1. Let's do it. I'll take it. If you really want to force fixer upper, it's the rewards card. Yeah, I'm not forcing anything. I'll take what I get. Long shot.
Maybe too nice.
Okay. Gain yourself non-weapon items. I'm looking for some sort of a defensive item. Maybe I do just go max health and healing.
Cast aside your deathstruments!
Yeah, I'll happily take an Iwashi.
Your aura guided me to what you needed. I can feel our energies resonating.
Do I want a Gamba? Field Crystal Bonsai for a fight?
I'm so glad we could share this experience.
I don't think you lose the first 2 days with longbow. If I run into like a very aggressive ignition core build, or someone picked up blast doors on day 1, or I think Ganjo scaling on both a textiles and a bandage would outdo me as well. Field it for the next PvE fight? I will, but I'm going to field it for the next PvP fight as well. It's a Lolash! Hey, buddy.
You do
Good to see you.
see these tusks, right?
It's pig time. It's big time for a pig time. Yeah, that's a Ganjo between 2 scaling tools. I don't think I beat that. Like, yes, we have damage on our board, but like they are already past the amount of damage I can do to them. I would have loved to win that fight, but whatever.
I can already see the treasures I'll put here.
Sure. Take left-handed. Another upgrade for my Javalian longbow. If that was 2 income, I would actually click the button again. Lodge says, I'm mad at the Bazaar. I've had some awesome runs, but they all end up dying at 9. I've been having a lot of similar experiences recently. Something I'm missing. Trying to figure it out. I mean, carry over the possibility of getting the Shadowed Cloak is so narrow. It's so narrow. I'm some experience behind from yesterday. I'm going to take the additional experience. I'm going for giant mosquito. It's not that unlucky with a reroll, like you see like an average of 12 items or some such. So sure, if you see an average of 12 items, and I would say every time you go to his shop, you see like an average of maybe 3 medium items.
About motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
He has a lot of medium items. I have gotten Shadowed Cloak when I'm fishing for it in ways like that, but I've also definitely been disappointed by it a lot. Insect Wing, 6% cooldown reduction when like I'm doing a single weapon build with the Jabalian Longbow right now. Totally good, totally appropriate. Lick It, the ability to increase the crit chance of the Jabalian Longbow, not bad, not bad. But I think I'm more invested in just getting small items to try and support me a moment.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
So I wasn't looking to upgrade that. And I think to this day, I'm still not looking to upgrade that. If anything, I'm looking to sell it. Pepper Spray. First time you fall below half health each fight, slow all enemy items for 2 seconds. For 4 gold, that's a pretty
You're
impactful
smart
item early
one
on.
for your size.
Need to find a monocle. It's a tool and an apparel. Unfortunately, it only starts at the next tier. Marbles and rewards card. We take
You wanna
those.
buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
More is more, I always say.
While I'm still struggling to field a full board, I'll take a bronze tier item. Great, yeah, I'll definitely take a bronze tier property. Especially one that comes with additional income. And multicast for the Washi. Get him. Even significantly better adjacencies for the sake of the marbles casting speed. All good. 2 income. Jungle Ruins, eh? I have no scaling, and this could easily just offer me scaling. If it offers me scaling, and I put like a Ganjo between Uwashiwali and ATM, suddenly we win long and short fights. Like, I can't be losing early days.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
Incredible, that's all I needed. I mean, I could be really aggressive here and roll if I wanted to, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to. Like, the best hit that I could get on the roll right now would be Ganjo. Or Fixer Upper, I guess. I'll take ATM. Is it not better between Longbow and Burb? The Longbow is going to do enough damage. I don't think I need to scale its damage. I think what I need to scale is shield so I survive. And healing so I survive. I think this is going to be enough damage by itself. I think if I take care of these, this will take care of itself.
Use that for the good of all.
Even more income. We're up to 9 income before the end of day 2. I'm happy enough about that. You're a Vanessa, eh? I definitely don't need to be scaling my damage then.
My people believe.
I'm just scared of those builds that instantly heal to full that I keep running into. I'd be surprised to run into one in the end of day 2 here.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Yeah, significantly more likely than that I have to worry about survival.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo.
Lots of money. A little bit of additional spare change for my cash register at the top of the day here. I mean... she could actually have nothing in there. I could go there and be like, nah, all of these items are complete garbage. There's no future in any of them. That could happen. And silver items are more common on day 3 than they used to be, than they've ever been before, in fact. All of this is me arguing that 150 more max HP right now actually slaps. Too early to be investing money in Gumbles. Snack time, and the other one I really only care about, the Jabali Longbow. 60 additional max HP for a free spacer. I really don't like Sylvia. She should be a bronze shop, so she's cheap to reroll. I do like the flavor that a silver shop for Sylvia, a gold shop for Goldie. I do like those. I do think her reroll cost is a little bit prohibitive. This guy has the swords, but I'm not really interested. This one? This guy. This guy has a snow globe, which I could put next to the ATM relatively early on. Pretty good way of trying to control enemies for a bit. Scout Trooper admittedly has the least valuable things here for me, but has the most golden experience. And I did just spend a lot of money. I'm having a love affair with Flame Dancer at the moment. The pre-enchanted fiery swords plus any kind of damage scaling is really obnoxious. Very true. And we do have left-handed, so it'd already have some damage. It's fine, I have an agreement with this guy. We agreed earlier that the Frost Street Challenger is going to give me the snow globe, so... we had a parlay. Which is why I'm so certain about it, because I trust him. He wouldn't lie to me about giving me that item.
You'll win, and you'll win, but not against me.
Frost Street. That's 15 years of a friendship. We met for the very first time in preschool. I know your mother. How dare you? Economic items are nice, but what if I got 2 of them for 4 gold? Isn't that nicer? Well, this is about to give me a change, so I gotta make sure I have space. And then we level up. We immediately get a spare change.
Treasures I'll put you.
I wonder if we're significantly stronger if we have another multicast on the Iwashi Wali and just some additional healing. Especially because we have 1 and then 3 more spare change that we can sell, so we can get 40 more healing. We can double the healing of the money tree right now. Not telling you it's huge, just that we can do it. In terms of upgrading right now, it'd just be Ganja. Additional scaling. All right, middle.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
I don't dislike the cash register upgrade. It's just, if I took it, then I have to roll, and then I have to try and find something that's more relevant. Spiky Shield is right here, but I have literally no support for it yet. You get the support for it first, and then you get Spiky Shield. All right, I'm making deep economic investment plays right now. I guess I'm doing that. I said I was making deep economic plays here. So let's have 12 income before the end of the 3rd day. I don't think I can ever field marbles again. Not with what I'm currently doing. Unless I want to take the marbles off field and just get rid of the money tree instead. That's probably a better idea. Washi Wali loses a cast, but like, the marbles are significantly better.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
$12 income's a nice number. I am admittedly now at this point pretty terrified. I think we're at the point that I need to start scaling damage. I do think the ATM still needs to give me additional shielding though. But Washi Wali is... This can go over the top, this can't. If the enemy is over shielding, this is good. This is fine. I think this is right. It really depends on what they're doing as to what should be getting the additional charge there. The additional
My dreams
buff.
are too big for you to steal.
Huh. Bottled lightning. Yeah, it's definitely shielding that needed the additional scaling in this fight. And definitely both that and damage in that. Yeah, I feel really confident about the setup and performance of that combat. Couple more cheeky little spare changes for us. Now I need to find a build. This build cannot last.
Nothing
Middle.
tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
Do I take a speculative spiky shield now? This thing's gonna start falling off hard.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
I can honestly even see textiles for the other side of Ganjo, but right now that's ATM. Ganjo's buffing both the shielding and the damage of the spiky shield at the same time. as well as buffing shielding on a different item. Thanks, Flop's cat. Also, thank you, Flop. We are already blessed with some good luck. We got a masterpiece here that I can...
You, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
use to generate some additional income here. Lost great golden experience. We easily scale past Hydro Dude. We soar past Hydro Dude. I consider textiles over ATM on the board for the same reason, double dipping on the scaling from Ganjo. I don't dislike that, although it is worth noting ATM does have a second lower cooldown. So when textiles casts for the third time, ATM casts for the fourth time. So it basically comes down to whether or not I think I want the healing from textiles. And I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Ouch. Need to focus on some shield at the moment. Hello, Blastors. If he has a square, do I take the square?
What's up? Come on in. Hey, I use that brand myself.
Yeah, I bet you
Quality
do.
stuff.
All right, we'll be a squares build. I can be squares. I can use squares.
More is more, I always.
Shield items up plus 15 shield. When you use a weapon, your healing items gain additional heal. I mean, I did like that originally, but... I'm gonna go toughness at the moment.
Thanks for trusting me. I hope we can do this again.
My people believe.
Robin Rubin. If you're running weapons, I am
Go ahead,
so glad to
underestimate
have
It makes this more
the
fun.
Blastors. You are not running weapons. You are running weapon. Ooh, it's got enough crit. It can't kill me in a single attack anymore. Nice. Even though it did crit, we get the Blastors for some additional shielding there. I don't think we can get healthy enough to prevent it from killing us, though. Oh, we could! Literally just. How do we do that again? We only did it because the Blastors had the additional hundreds. Wow.
All cannon, no ball.
Oh my god, I didn't even make enough space. Oh, huge misplay there. Missed out on 2 gold for it. From the golden experience.
come on in. Let's chat.
Thank you for the flail.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Pawn shop. When you sell an item, this gains 2 value. If increased max HP, it would have 15 times this item's value. Should have bought that immediately. If I want to buy it at all, you buy it at the start, and then you start selling things afterwards. I did it in the wrong order, but I am going to be buying it.
Enjoy your purchase.
This Jabali longbow. Time to get rid of the Washiwali and marbles and ganjo.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Another whole mess of damage on the Jabali longbow. Now, the fastest weapon is going to be the one that wants to inherit left-handed. All talk is good. From Breeding Duelist, all talk is good. Trashdown Mare can give us just permanent damage for our board, though. And all I have to do is sell small items. Shield of Brass Knuckles. I mean, at least I can sell them for enchantment change. 5 silver tier spare change. I'd have to sell something to make space for it. Give me a silver tier item. That counts. Middle.
Welcome in, hon.
Do you want to upgrade
What
it?
can I get you?
Do you want it? You don't. Bronze boomerang? Unless I'm buying and selling it just for additional damage on the Regal Blade, which I am doing, so
Just toss
I'm
that
gonna
on
do
my
that.
back, and I'll trot it to your door.
It really depends on who I'm fighting as to whether or not I think Blast Doors or Regal Blade for just additional damage on field is going to be a better idea for us. Economic. Shield items are +1 shield for each 4 gold you have, and Land Scraper. Well. I'm going to wager that Blast Doors is not relevant to us anymore. It's also going to be really difficult for us to upgrade. Apparently this thing only scales if it's actually on board at the time, and I'd really like to make sure I get both of my spare change, so I'm going to sell it. I'll be sad about it, but, like, apparently it's bugged at the moment. And I don't want to have to constantly micromanage it on and off of the board every single time I move a space in order to try and get the additional value out of it. Also, missing out on 2 golds initially. Just a bit much to ask me to match. Good damage. Good damage. Really good damage. Blastors would have helped there, but I don't think Blastors prevents that from killing me. I get 14 seconds worth of charge on the Blastors. I end up with like 200 shielding, and then it just kills me the next time it fires. We're getting in a pretty desperate area for Pig right now. I really want my board to be the items that get upgraded here. Do I have to sell everything? Do I sell out of my economic items here in order to have a better chance of upgrading my board? I think so. I need the power right now.
We take pride in our restoration, once owned by the Tyrant King.
Gold tier crook, diamond tier Jabalian longbow. Barkun, I'll buy and sell items from you if they need to be bought and sold. Spiky shield not relevant, but 200 max HP at the start of every day, that's pretty good.
That was a good trade.
No. I only have to sell 6 items with the pawn shop in inventory. That's pretty easy to do.
I made a sale.
I don't think any of you have a square that I care about. Dire Mosquito has insect wings for cooldown reduction and paralyzing rush when you slow. Haste a weapon 1 second. When Flail is enchanted with slow, it slows 6 times every time it casts. So that could be a good way to get haste on a board that otherwise doesn't have access to it. Haste on a character that doesn't otherwise have access to it. This guy has completely irrelevant items for me. Same for Foreman. Dire Mosquito cooldown reduction is nice, and admittedly, the Jabalian Longbow does just need a faster cooldown. That's all it needs. It's 320 damage by 3. It just needs to be faster.
Not all Jabalians
Totally cool.
are pacifists.
Create a silver or lower tier item. If I'm going to continue to run Regal Blade, it's Regal Blade. I'm going to give myself the opportunity to continue running Regal Blade.
Now that's quality.
Damn it. I'm mad to have the Bazaar con turn up after I got rid of my card. I could have gotten an additional experience. Cobweb, sell slow items. There's not enough slow items for her to sell me things without chance. Heavy Jabalian Drum. When you use a weapon, your weapons gain 1 damage to the fight. When you use a weapon, haste it for 1 second. When you use a weapon, slow 1 item for 3 seconds. No. It is a way to get haste on our board. Takes a lot of damage immediately off the board, though. Reroll here is way too expensive to reroll and then consider buying something. Especially because they'll be enchanted on the other side as well. Enchanted Heavy Jabalian Drum. Like, this is permaslow. This is permaslow on the enemies, right? Like, and if the Jabalian Longbow goes off, it gives it haste. It's just, I lose Crook. I lose a lot of damage from Crook. Crook's good at the moment. No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I hit Crook at a really good time. I hit Jabalian Longbow at a really good time. I could replace Spiky Shield and Regal Blade, but I'd be downgrading the damage on board. I'd be getting the haste. I'd have to sell like everything for it as well. I don't think so.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Poison? Okay, that's exactly the kind of build I should be good against.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Yeah, this longbow does a lot of damage. It's diamond tier. It does a lot of damage. Alright, let's get Caldrops and Atlatl and just check out.
If I don't
Middle,
have what you
constantly
need,
showing up.
I'll help you find who does.
Way too late to go over the dog, but I can get some additional value in the pawn shop.
I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
My bank account is going to have $15 billion that I can contribute towards both charitable causes and also improving the lives of people around me. I don't know, I thought it might work.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
Cool. Atlatls a 3-second cooldown to do 140 damage. Caltrops on field. Whenever my enemy uses an item, I deal 81 damage back to them. Barley Longbow and the Flail are also here. Regal Blade's hanging out. 160. Less damage than the Flail at this point. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I wonder if Belt might be better than Flail right now. It's definitely better than Spiky Shield. Like, Flail will pale in comparison to the damage the other weapons are capable of doing. So it's just up to me not to die before they do that.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
I think I'm going to get back to inventory management again here, so I'm going to get rid of the pawn shop. But I did sell it for 12, which is what I bought it for, so no problem there. Spices do exist in Thug, but bonk.
Don't make me.
Yeah, bonk is important enough. I mean, strength, 15 damage to all weapons on board, also not bad. 6 damage to all weapons on board, not bad. Went out for a minute to wash the dishes, and I come back to find this absurd square pig high roll. Yeah, it got pretty insane over the course of 2 days there. It was pretty wild.
I will not train you to kill. I will train you to live.
When you freeze, your items rather gain 2% crit chance for the fight. When you use an item, your items gain 3% crit chance for the fight, but they have negative 100 to start with, and healthy lifestyle to regeneration total. I'll roll. Sure, crit. Yep. Improvised weaponry. When you crit, your items gain 10 damage for the fight. One of the reasons I think this is really easy to run in a crook build is because oftentimes you do run into the cult, and the cult give you the ability to give deadly to your rightmost weapon. Leftmost, sorry. Crook, when given deadly, gives you 10% additional crit chance to all of your weapons for each medium item you have. So you just get flat across the board 50% crit chance.
I have seen such talent once before, and
And it bloomed into a deer.
Do you have to leave already?
Thank you for the belt upgrade. That'll keep us really healthy. I still have ATM, don't I? Damn it. I forgot to clear out my inventory. I'm only going to get 1 coin again. Ugh. Oh. I don't care about it. I don't care about your diamond tier combat core or your railgun. Get the hell out of here, buddy. Oh, no, I don't have it. Okay, great. Never mind. We're not losing out on the additional coinage. This could eventually go back on board. This will eventually be pretty bad, though. So. I just fought someone with icy caltrops. Let me tell you, it was awful. Do you mean sharp iceberg? Yeah, it's pretty insane. Fought the same pig twice. That's not that shouldn't be allowed to happen. Someone just stands there and like hard counters you, just like edge guarding in like a fighter. Gumballs for some crit chance is not bad, but I do want to maintain some money. Silver tier loot item, sorry please. Cooldown reduction is not what we got. Car conductor, no, we don't have vehicles or large items that are appropriate for it. Burninator bot. I mean, if you want to do it, I'll run the flamethrower. Deal 2 damage and then burn equal to 1 times the item's damage. As soon as we get our enchant, like, everything changes. Slow burn. First 5 times you slow each fight, charge a burn in 1 second. Cool. I rarely get to use that, but cool. 180 HP. Fins is 5%. Did something happen with the overlay? No, I'm not using it anymore. I installed it. 5% of... It's more. Right? This is 50 hundreds. So it's 55. So yeah, it's 250.
Time is food is life. Our bodies are just containers.
250 more max HP, which then gives me 437 because it also gets 75% additional max. Ridiculous. I could go for more HP or even more damage in Jules Cafe here, and it would be funny. It would be funny. I'm gonna go for the gold because I truly, honestly, deeply in my soul of souls believe there is not a single goddamn chance in the world that we need the Jules buff there.
My people believe in peace. Boring!
All right, another railgun. Can we take it down? No railguns. Wait, that's the same guy! Isn't it? No, it's not. I bought someone else who had augmented defenses. It's not the same guy. It'd be economic items that I go to Andy for here. I don't want them. It's time for the enchant. Atlatl takes random enchants really, really well. I think we are... I don't think the poison really helps us much. Oh, wow, Caltrop. What? Okay, it's Caltrops. It's 100% Caltrop. Caltrops, if it triggers toxic or fiery, it still does a percentage of its own item damage, which I didn't think was the case. It's 100% Caltrop.
And time is my...
Shielding Caltrop, thank you. Absolutely. Make it almost impossible for enemies to do anything to me. Let's get 200 more max HP, which gives us 350 more max HP. Elite Duelist. Versus weapons platform. Elite Duelist has knife set and big ego.
You must think very highly of yourself. You should teach
Oh, it's so mean. I just needed Atlatl to get down to its 1 second cooldown. Alright. Sure. Sure. Why not? Oh, lifesteal? Sure. That seems good. Grandmaster, do you want to upgrade my improvised crits? Thank you. Thank you. I literally can't even activate them yet, by the way, but... shield skills. Every time I use a weapon, increase my shield. Every time you shield, increase your weapon damage. Both of those would be good.
With a good enough defense, you'll barely even need an offense.
When you create your shield items, gain 10 shield for the fight. There you go. When you shield, your weapons gain 6 damage of the fight. Thanks. Every time an enemy casts an item, they'll buff all of my weapons. Thanks. There's also the reverse of that. When you use a weapon, give your item shield.
Own kind of weapon.
Okay. Let's go for the fight.
My dreams are
What the hell?
you to steal. Are you sure?
Hello, YouTube in advance at this point. My apologies, YouTube, for being slow. I think this run might have been pretty slow so far. How dare they? This is actually the worst build for me. Thankfully, the Autobattler is now going off every second. And they didn't crit. They crit for both of the first hits. It had 9% chance, by the way. Singular slow items. Singular slow items and a ridiculous amount of max HP. And it's not enough.
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
This thing crit for its first 2 hits with a 9% chance. Also, they have 12k life. Yeah, pawn shop giving them 200 more. They're doubling its value, so 2,000. Sorry. Belt on top of that, gold. Sorry, diamond tier belt. Fun build. I like that build. I'll more than happily go get 3 diamond tier chocolate bars for 120 max HP without having to pay for them. Props to your belt too, saved your life. I definitely trust that it did. I mean, that and lifesteal and caltrops being shielded, all of those were necessary there for me to even stand a chance, especially against the first 2 crits. Just wild. This guy can actually kill me very easily. My throttle would need to be faster for me to guarantee a win on that fight. I believe. I don't. I don't. And my vote's gonna be a swing one here. Like, at some point, we will just, like, have enough effects on board that will very easily outscaling. That will happen. Just not yet.
I've come too far to let you stop me.
2 experience or 9% cooldown reduction? 9% cooldown reduction on the Javali longbow? I think the experience might matter more. At this point, it's skills and enchants that really separate us. Experience means 12 before PvP. I was getting that anyway. If I move 1 space, it'll happen. Grandmaster, do you care to upgrade sharp corners for me? You don't. You don't care at all. I'll take 10 more damage on the bottle. Guilty loot. Come on, more experience again. Dang, it's shield. A very useful thing to have. How dare you? I will sell Catalyst, and I don't see the world where Regal Blade goes back on board at this point. Having more money is good because the makeshift blade is giving out shield for our money. All right, Lord Rodri.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabalians.
So I'm level 12. I expect you to be level 11 or 12. 11? Ooh, you got a Toxic Dinosaur to eat all my small items, huh? Why don't you start by eating the Caltrops? Why don't you start there, huh? Punk. That's what I thought. Fiery Brick Body and Toxic Dinosaur. Fun, but we're playing the anti-fun build. No fun allowed. The HP still matters enough to justify, especially at this point when I have 79, especially when I go all the way down to less money than that. Hit Curio for cooldown reduction. And damage, and cooldown reduction.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
All right, damage definitely on a Tloddle. Does it need the damage on a Tloddle? As soon as the enemy casts number, well, but it wants to be the first thing that goes off, and it does that with more damage. But it'll get that more damage when I upgrade the crook anyway. I think we give this to the shielded Caltrop. I'll happily hold rocket boots for a possible enchant at some point. Not to enchant the rocket boots, but in case I get a haste enchant on anything. I mean, Boss Arrow admittedly would be really good, specifically for assault focus. If anyone uses a non-weapon item, slow it. But I'm very, 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 very powerful, and Lord Arkan turns up. He's got a broken skill, which is fun when you use an item shield 40. And that would also be additional scaling for the sharp corners. He even has these Gatling guns that do have the ability to get down to a 1-second cooldown. They've got thrusters for us, though. Upgrade an item, that's gotta be the crook.
Moving up in the world.
And now the Atlatl is to the point that it's hitting immediately at the start of the fight. As soon as it's also at that point when I move shielded Caltrops over, will be even better.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
There's the deed, but we're far past that build. We're a completely different build.
You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
It's all pigs all day. Yeah, nothing else really needed. Sit down, son. Let me teach you a lesson.
My people believe in peace.
Oh, that's not Fiery Greatsword, though. It's Eclipse. Oh, that's fun. So whenever they use an item they're gonna do 450 damage and it's scaling up with the pig's gym. The only problem is they're using a bunch of items. Shielded Atlatl and Yo-Yo constantly going off, causing the shielded Caltrops to both lifesteal and shield me at the same time and scale all of my weapons, including itself. That's really powerful. I've seen the pieces to put this build together before, and I wanted it deeply and desperately. This is super cool. I'm so glad that I beat it, but also what a fun build they had. Tira, Diamond Tier skills. Honestly, shield-related, weapon-related skills, probably.
Whamcats fight without weapons, but you will need them.
Additional damage equal to my income, or 20 additional damage, or faster scaling. Faster scaling, every time they hit me, they trigger the shielded Caltrops, and then it'll buff everything as well. The reason to go to Kina would be specifically looking for economic items or an upgrade to the belt. I'm going to go for a random weapon in armory. It's double whammy. I do have a lot of max HP, but also...
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more.
Deadly Boomerang. When you win a fight against a monster with this, get a random loot item. And it costs 64.
Hey, when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
I'll take it. Why wouldn't I? I still absolutely beat the stuffing out of an enemy. And this will give me the opportunity to get a diamond tier loot. Alright, Lord Arkin, you ready to go back again? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Any more times? Gatling gun. This is the gold tier, so it reduces its items cooldown by 10% for the fight. 20% would be cooler. Diamond tier medkit. I mean, scrap at least is useful. 5 gold. I'll take the 5 gold. Cooldown reduction versus skill upgrades. There's no skills I have that I would prefer upgraded at this point. I mean, they do give you something to upgrade them. Significantly less, though, than cooldown reduction from Curio.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Atlatl is getting pretty close to the point that it doesn't have to be on the right-hand side, which is ideal. We want shielded Caltrops to be there. Just needs a little bit more damage, but the Caltrops will take this one. Gets the double dip. Crit chance and crit chance, thank you.
20 years waiting for you. Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home.
I don't have any slowing items on board, so improvised bludgeon doesn't do anything for us here.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
My fight isn't with you, but if you
Ooh. That's a pretty terrifying build for us. Singular large weapon. Singular large weapon with crit and also slowing all of my items is pretty annoying. I mean, if they don't activate many items, unfortunately my Caltrop doesn't scale well. Thankfully, with the amount of damage that we've scaled onto things, unless there's like a really inappropriate crit at like the wrong time, I think we still win this.
You've got
Nice.
talent.
You should put it toward nobler use.
Knives? Black pepper, dishwasher, salt, none of those are squares. So that's a square knife set. When you use a weapon, charge this weapon 2 seconds. The thing is, we don't actually use our weapons very quickly. Like, this is not used at any point, the shielded caltrops. I mean, the crook theoretically uses itself at some point. Jabali longbow is not especially fast, but it is a huge amount of damage. Autobattler is the most commonly used weapon. So, like, Autobattler causes the knife set to go off in a maximum of 2 seconds, because in 2 seconds, the Autobattler goes off twice, and the knife set gets 2 seconds worth of charge, so it's already got 6 seconds of charge over the course of that. Which means it's a lot more hits.
You look like a hardy one. Need some work?
Adjacent items have 25% additional crit chance, and they get additional crit related to additional damage, heal, or shield related to their crit. No, we don't scale our crit chance, unfortunately, at all. Double barrel is square. Shielded cash cannon, bit late to pick it up. Mech moles, we don't have haste. Black ice, when you freeze, charges 2 seconds. Okay, those are squares, but they reference aquatic or toy items. I have a toy item, but it can't be hasted. And the core, which I do not have. Hilarious? Spices is hilarious. That's all you have to say about that. Missiles, I don't have a core to reload. I'll take cooldown reduction to the entire board. That's enough to me.
You left these things behind.
I have nothing cooldown reducing the board at the moment. Cool, we'll just hit that. So, compared to the Jabalian longbow, knife set deals so much less damage. But the damage scale is pretty... I think it's knife set. I think it's literally speed of activation. And the Autobattler is fast enough to get us there. Absolutely bully the Awakened District here. Yeah, it's enemies that don't activate that many items that are absolutely nightmarish for us.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're
Oh,
fighting for.
I've got the boomerang. Oops. The most impactful upgrade right now is absolutely belt. 25% more max HP. That's true, that is a square. I only have to get 12 seconds into the fight. We'll think about it. I'm getting to the point where I actually have to make the decision. Hang on. Either that or I don't go for gumballs. I don't think I'm getting the haste from rocket boots. So the idea would literally just be that Autobattler and shielded caltrops keep me alive long enough that the soul of the district eventually comes in and kills the enemy. The thing is, like, what do I lose against right now? It's enemies who don't activate many items and then just suddenly kill me in a big hit. That's who I lose to. This against those enemies is significantly worse than literally just having more damage, consistently healing me up, consistently dealing damage to the enemy, consistently suppressing their armor should they have a fixer-upper kind of thing. I don't think it's likely we get 12 seconds into the fight and can afford to use the Solar District. Sadly. Wish it were not the case. But it is. A bit more additional gumball. No crit chance. Receive. Well, 1% crit chance. Hang on, sorry. 2% crit chance. Sorry. Junkyard Club to upgrade the damage of all of my weapons on board. Thank you kindly. True, but if you get Turbo Lateral, we taking Soul again? Yeah. Sure. If it had a cooldown of 6 seconds. Yeah, why not?
Noticed I'm huge?
Oh, Shiny Fang! They're going all the way with Shiny Fang. You simply have to respect it. I mean, they're healing and damage scaling very effectively. Unfortunately, I both lifesteal and shield at the same time whenever they do something. But pretty much exactly the same scaling as the Shiny Fang, by the way. Wait, they're winning? I mean, if you mean me by they, then yes. And that would be correct. I use they, them pronouns. They won with 92,000 shield on the Caltrops. I'm honestly, like, incredibly glad that the knife set was what we took there, because with it being slowed, the Jabalian longbow would have gone, like, obviously it wouldn't be hasted, but, like, what's the Jabalian longbow at the moment? Hang on, it would have had a 13-second cooldown. 13 seconds. Because they were perma-slowing my board. That went pretty well. That went pretty well. I mean, it's a very traditional build. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a very lucky, insanely lucky crook build. Everything turning up at the same time and then getting upgraded later, like very quickly. Getting the diamond tier Jabalian longbow as early as we did. Getting the crook. I mean, it wasn't especially quick to get the crook, but like the crook and then its upgrades and its pairs came very quickly. The Atlatl and the shielded, the Atlatl and the not shielded Caltrops, not shielded at the time, but the Atlatl and the Caltrops both turned up at the same time in the same store. Incredible. And yeah, 138,000 damage with that Fang. Incredible. They're tempering scaling it. They doubled down when they got below half HP. Obviously, they've got the Shadowed Cloak scaling it. There has to be more than that. Right? No. That was all of its scaling. Actually, Flurry's sick as hell. The first 8 times you use a weapon each fight, charge 1 item 1 second. Oh, no, it's 1 item. It's not necessarily. Yeah, Nesting Doll and Pesky. Yeah.
I paid for the express ship to get here, and now we're waiting.
I am really surprised that this scaled as high as it did. First 4 times you use a non-weapon item each fight, charge a weapon. Okay, yeah, so this is attacking a bunch at the very start of the fight. But, like, all of its damage is from Tempering and Shadowed Cloak, so every time it attacks, it gets 6, and it had enough to get up to 138,000 damage. I guess that makes sense, because they were life-stealing while they were doing that, so they were keeping themselves alive while I was also shielding and life-stealing, so we got the fight to a standstill a little bit there. Flatfreak asks, is there anything such as a stalemate in this game? No. So there used to be, the sandstorm would stop if it reached 600 damage per second. The sandstorm would stop then, and then if you haven't won and the enemy hasn't won, like, the fight kind of is unresolved. I don't remember what it used to do in that circumstance. I think it counted as a win for both players. I think the stalemate counted as a win for both players. Well, actually, it's only you against a ghost, so I think it just counted as a win for the player if you stalemated. But they changed the way that the sandstorm works since then. So I don't even know if you can do that.
Yeah, most Jabalians
Hell yeah.
will never know this feat.
You know, having started the stream doing a Pygmalion fixer-upper build, it's only appropriate that I had the other white meat here. I'll happily collect my 3 chests, 2 additional pips. We're getting closer and closer to gold all of the time.